Hi, Alistair here. In my previous video review of the Brother MFC 795CW, I pointed out quite a few issues with the product and some of the advantages of it. So if you want to get more of an insight as to how I come up with the results in this report, please do so. Have a look at that other video, and it may help you also make a decision whether you are going to proceed forth and buy a Brother printer versus other models. So what is probably more relevant to you if you are not buying an MFC 795, which that review is about, but you're buying another or considering buying another Brother printer product, then you're more than likely interested in one of the critical parts of it, which is the paper handling. So I'm just going to quickly show you how the paper handling works in the MFC 795 and several other Brother printer products. Okay, here's the MFC 795, and I'll just move over here to a Hewlett-Packard. Now, the way the HP does their printer handling, it's fairly consistent through their models. They allow you to put your paper in the bottom of the machine usually, and if the print size varies, you just slide the slider across here. If you get a print comes out of the machine and you're doing double-sided printing, all you do is take the print away from there and pop it in there and press the print button and away it goes. Not too much mucking around, it's quite convenient. Okay, now over to the Brother. They've chosen a different method to most of the other machines. Canon has got similar to HP as Epson, but this one here, you've got a cartridge which you put the paper in. Now, when I first got it, I thought the cartridge was quite a good idea, but as time has gone on and I'm doing lots of double-sided printing, it's turned out to be really quite inconvenient. The cartridge has got a specifically for photos in here, so you can't put any other media than photo media in that area there, and to get that operational, you just squeeze this button here and slide that part of the tray forward. Obviously you can't do that there. You've got to pull the machine out and slide that part forward there. Now, if you're doing other size media, it means that you have to pull the A4 out, all of the A4 that's in here, and replace it with the different size media and slide this slider across. So it's nowhere near as efficient as the HP system in my opinion. Now, if you're doing double-sided printing, you will get your print comes out here, for example. Then when you want to print the other side, you've got to always pull the print tray out and pop the printed paper in here, and then do your print that way. So you're continuously, when you're doing double-sided printing, if there's different prints, you're doing that all the time. So it's turned out to be not such a good system as far as I'm concerned. Now, my earlier video review of the MFC 795 shows that the onboard machine functions are completely disabled when an extension phone is being used. It makes it completely unusable in that case. If you want to do anything on the machine, it's locked out. The MFC 795, incidentally, is a multifunction, which is a telephone answering machine and fax and all so on. The print speed, which I would assume is consistent in most of the models by Brother, current models, it's slow in normal and photo mode, and it's got average print quality. If that was the issue, I wouldn't have any problem with it. It's quite acceptable. I don't have any speed requirements in this office, and the print quality is good enough for us here. As far as the pricing goes, it's an excellent machine for the price if everything worked alright. And I prefer the Brother inkjet system over competitors which use an integrated cartridge and print head. The use of ink, it's quite economic. We've been using it for several weeks, doing a lot of printing, and it doesn't seem to use an excessive amount of ink, and the consumables are quite well priced. Probably the best value for money in consumables. Now, apart from the design flaws which you will see in the previous video, such as the speakerphone and the hardware, the hardware is good, and the product's well made and sturdy. And the wireless connectivity, if you're looking at wireless, it's spot on. USB connectivity is marred by some of the front panel controls being disabled when it's connected to the PC. I had significant problems with this printer with the Linux printer drivers in photo mode. Now, Brother insisted, this is Brother support, they insisted that was due to my own equipment, which I didn't believe until, and finally some weeks later, after I'd been talking with the guys in Linux and doing a lot of research myself, I found definitely it wasn't my equipment, it was the actual printer driver, the Linux printer driver that Brother supplies with the printer. So at that stage, suddenly they admitted that that driver wasn't suitable, and they advised that asked that I try a different driver from a different printer, and that then worked. Now I can print photos and there's no problem there. But yeah, I was pretty annoyed about that one. Unfortunately, if you're buying a Brother printer, they choose to make their Linux printer drivers, if you're using Linux this is, they're making them closed source, so the support in Linux and Ubuntu, the guys would normally fix things up at no charge. They'd be quite happy to do that, but Brother preclude them from doing it by making their stuff closed source. Can't understand why. Bad decision, Brother. So my summary is, if you want a multifunction for a small office that's got telephone features, I don't think this model is fit for the purpose. But if you sort of want to make sure about that, just have a look at the previous video review on it. And also, due to my out-of-the-box experience with this machine on Linux, in the photo mode only, in normal print it worked alright, but in photo mode it's not really a good printer either because of that experience. It's a suitable machine for Windows users who are not concerned about the phone hook status disabling the machine problem, and I don't know, I haven't used it with a Macintosh, but I would hope that the printer drivers are okay there as well. So, sorry Brother, it's not looking good for you. And my conclusion is I purchased this product and I would have really liked to have been able to give it a positive review because it's my machine and we use it here. And I was initially very enthusiastic about it. And if Brother had stepped up to the mark and actually said, yeah, we're going to fix those issues up, we're going to do something about it, and the hardware issues actually go across all platforms, not just Linux, but they didn't do that, and they won't do that apparently. Well, it seems to be that way. So given that the model it's a current product and it's 3 years old, and obviously the faults have been there all the time, and Brother have been aware of them and they've made no effort to fix them, because of that I couldn't recommend that product, and I'm just wondering if other brother products are supported in the same way, because if they are, it's not so good. So I'll leave it up to you guys to decide whether you're going to buy a brother product, and I won't make any further comment. I just trust that the information I've provided you here is of use, and thank you very much for watching, and God bless you.